Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now Realme just launched a brand new C series smartphone, the realme C53. Now this device here, the C series, has always been about Realme pushing the boundaries for entry-level smartphones, and this time around they want to give you an even better experience even though the price is super affordable. Now in today's video, what we're going to do here is we're going to do a very quick unboxing, see what you get in the box, and then we'll go over a couple of key features that you can find on the Realme C53, and at the end of the day find out if it is the device for you. Let us begin with the unboxing. Now as soon as you slide open the box, it opens this way. You will notice that we do have a cardboard packaging that contains the silicone case as well as a couple of manuals. Down below you will see that we have here the Realme C53 itself, and you also get the 33-watt SuperVOOC charger and a Type-C cable all in the box. So everything that you need is all in this neat little box here. Alright, so in terms of the colorway that we got for the device, I got myself the Champion Gold. Now you might already remember, like previously in all the C series, Realme has always been talking about this device being the champion, and in this case it's going to be the champion of its segment, the affordable entry-level segment. Let's take a look at what this device has to offer. Now for this Realme C53, Realme is focusing on three key features that they think will really change the user experience. Now we start off with the first one, and that is all about the 33-watt SuperVOOC fast charging and a large 5000 mAh battery. Realme doesn't want you to have slow charging even though your phone is a very affordable phone. If you recall, the C33 had a 10-watt charging, so the C53 here is a huge improvement compared to that. Just in terms of charging speeds, you will be able to get about 50% in 31 minutes, so it's actually up there with more expensive phones in terms of charging speeds. And of course, with that 5000 mAh battery, you will be able to get through your entire day on one single charge, even if you are playing a lot of games and of course your social media. So that's the first key feature over there. Now the second key feature that we have here is all about that large RAM and large storage. So by default, the device comes with 6GB of RAM, but you can extend it by an additional 6GB to get a total of 12GB extended RAM. Now in terms of the memory, we do have here 128GB of internal storage, but of course it does support a micro SD card slot that you can expand all the way up to 2TB. The micro SD card slot is a dedicated card slot, so you can put in 2 SIM cards and that additional micro SD. You know, some other phones, they actually sacrifice one of those slots to put in your micro SD, but you can still do a dual SIM plus micro SD on the Realme C53. And of course, today, where apps are being more and more larger in size, it's not just your socials, it's your games. Most apps today are very large in size, and definitely you will benefit from this larger storage. Now the third key feature that Realme is really pushing here is in terms of that design. Now this design here is actually very unique, and Realme doesn't want you to sacrifice in terms of your design if you are buying an affordable phone. So what we do have here is a very nice golden texture at the back. Realme is saying that it is supposed to resemble a champion, and that is why it is in gold, hence the name Champion Gold. What I really like here is that we do have flat sides all around, and it just gives you a more premium feel, although it is a very affordable price point. Other than that, you'll notice that the build quality is also quite strong. The thickness of this phone is only 7.49mm, so that puts it at a pretty slim form factor as well. And if you put it on the scales, you'll notice that it's just slightly more than 180 grams, so making it quite lightweight and overall just very comfortable to hold in your hand. Alright guys, so those are the three key features that Realme is leading in the entry-level segment. It starts off with the fast charging and large battery, we have the large RAM and large storage, and last but not least, the unique design that you can get at a very affordable price point. Now let's move on and check out a couple more other cool features that we have on the Realme C53. And with that, let's begin with the display. Although it is a very affordable smartphone, but we still do get a 90Hz high refresh rate display. It is an LCD display, but it still gets fairly bright, especially if you are outdoors. But for this price point, up to 90Hz refresh rate here is definitely very appreciated on the Realme C53. Just in terms of size, we do get a pretty large 6.74-inch display at the front, and again, this is great for watching all your YouTube and your video consumption. Now there's also one more cool trick that I have not mentioned yet, and that is actually the mini capsule that sits right at the top of the display. Now I think this is actually a very cool and innovative invention from Realme. We have seen it on the previous Realme C series device, and it's here again on the C53. Now what this mini capsule can do is that it actually shows a couple of stuff here. Now right now it is capable of showing your battery charging status. It can also show the speed of the charging that is being received by the phone itself. Other than than that, it's also able to show you your data usage. So let's say you are hitting a certain amount of your data for the month, it will come out as a notification at the top. Now last but not least, it also supports your step tracking. Now I haven't really got that set up on the device itself, but those are the 3 features that you can use for the mini capsule at the top, which I think is actually a very fun way to play around with on this realme C53. Now other than that, just in terms of the processing power, you get a Unisoc T612 processor. Now this processor is obviously focused on efficiency and at an affordable price point, so that's the kind of performance that you can expect here. Naturally, if you're going to do a lot of social media and browsing, TikTok and all that, I'm sure that you will be able to do that very smoothly on this processor. Now we shouldn't forget about the cameras at the back here. Although we have 3 circles here, it's effectively a dual camera setup. Now the main sensor is actually a 50 megapixel main sensor, and I actually managed to get some pretty good shots from this budget phone. So let me just show you a couple of samples here. In fact, when you take a look at these samples, you will not even imagine that these were taken from a budget phone or an entry-level phone, but the camera performance on this realme C53 is really quite interesting here and definitely good enough for sharing on your social media. I especially like the night mode pictures coming out from the realme C53 because it was actually very clean and turned out quite well. Now last but not least, we should also talk a bit about some other features. We do have a fairly quick fingerprint sensor on the right as well to unlock your phones, and of course you do get a fairly loud speaker as well on this device. So there you have it guys, the realme C53, again a very affordable entry-level phone where Realme is trying to give you a better user experience. Now for the pricing, the latest pricing and promotions, I'll put in a link down below so that you can find out more about them. Of course Realme Malaysia will be doing all kinds of like free gifts and all that, so yeah, check out the links down below to find out more information there. With that said, thank you for watching today's video all the way till the end. Don't forget to drop a like, sub to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Stay safe everybody. Bye.